couple of days back, I was packing my room and I came across toys from my childhood. I have piles and piles of them, figurines, Pokemon cards, and other stuff that I have totally forgotten about until that day. As I was going through all these pieces of my childhood, I thought back on the simple days where I thought the world only revolved around me. With that, it was easy for me to dream big. I want to be an astronaut, a guitarist, a national marathon runner. These ain't just examples that I'm giving just for the sake of it. These are actual dreams of mine that I used to have. I'm sure you have experienced the same thing. You have dreams that you have always wanted to achieve ever since you were a kid. But as you grew up, these dreams not only changed, but also never came to fruition. Are our dreams meant to forever remain as a dream? Is achieving our dreams even possible? Will our dreams ever come true in our lifetime? These are thoughts that went through my mind, but at the same time, also the realization on why dreams never comes true to many of us. First of all, what are dreams anyway? To me, dreams are a projection of a future that we hope to achieve, a future that can bring us happiness. A dream of becoming a guitarist is being famous, going on world tour concerts, meeting famous people, earning lots of money, having the ability to play any song that I want. That was the dream that I used to have at one point in my life. To you, it could be being a world-renowned lawyer, a singer, an entrepreneur, or just someone who earns a ton of money and having the ability to spend on anything you want. Dreams are typically huge, so huge that it's treated like a fantasy, seemingly impossible to achieve in anyone's lifetime, and probably even scares you. I think that's the way it should be, that if your dreams are not scaring you, it's not a dream, and probably not worth chasing after all. However, that's also the kind of mindset that was the very reason why you and I may think why dreams never come true. We think that dreams are supposed to stay that way, and are not meant to be achieved. They'll always be at the back of your mind, and there was no real drive or burning desire to push you to try and achieve it. After all, it's a fantasy. In order to know how we can achieve our dreams, we have to understand why we have dreams in the first place. That answer is happiness. All of us want to be happy, and I think that goes without explanation. When we found something we enjoy, we start dreaming about the pinnacle of that route, and think that it will give us happiness. We can do things we enjoy as a career, earn lots of money, status, recognition. I used to genuinely think that attaining all these things would make me happy. Not that I've already achieved it, so I can't say too much. But there are certain points in my life where I've always wanted to achieve something, and by some miracle, I achieved it. It wasn't exactly a dream, since dreams have to be huge, but I used to want to be one of the best in math in my class. It was a goal that I've been dreaming about, wanting to be the best at something that I enjoy. One fine day in my class, my math teacher started announcing the top 3 performers in the class for our math exam. I didn't have much expectations, but I can feel my heart beating quickly as she slowly announces the 3rd place, and followed by the 2nd. My heart sank because the 3rd and 2nd place were really smart, and having consistently gotten the top few spots for every exam. If I can't get 3rd place, there's no way I would be 1st. Just as I was about to give up all hope to get a spot in the top 3, she announced my name. At that moment, I couldn't believe my ears. I have bested the very best in class, something that I thought was completely impossible. It doesn't just end there. I was not only the top in class, but also the top in the whole cohort, the highest marks I've ever heard in my time at school. For many weeks or months after, I enjoyed the attention that it has gotten me. I've bested this one other guy that many has known him to be the math genius. It felt great. Attaining a goal does seem to indeed bring you happiness, until we start to approach the next exam. I've been more stressed than I ever was. Solving math problems doesn't seem to give me that joy and feeling of accomplishment that it used to give me. I felt pressured to maintain the top position because of everyone's expectation. How can I settle for 2nd now that I've tasted what it feels like to be at the very top? I think we all know what happened after. Not only did I not maintain that top position, I was not even in the top 3. Although I didn't get the position I hoped for, I still got the grade that I want. At that moment, I can't believe what I was feeling. I wasn't sad that I didn't get the top position. I was actually quite relieved. It felt as if a huge load has been lifted off my shoulder. I don't have the pressure of having to maintain a top place anymore, and I started to get back to enjoying math again. I didn't place too much emphasis and thought into the final goal, and was just studying because it made me happy. Not only did I start to enjoy the process more, but I've gotten back the top position once more and many times after. This pretty much taught me an important lesson, that we sometimes mistaken the final goal to be that thing that brings you happiness, when in reality, it's a process that makes us the happiest. Yes, sometimes we have to push through something with pure discipline, doing something that we don't feel like it at that moment because we know we have to. But it's because of all this stress, pressure, countless sleepless nights, that constant thought of one day achieving your dream, that are the very things that are bringing you happiness. It's the feeling of chasing after something you have always wanted, the ups and downs that we have to endure, especially the down times. That's actually making us happy. That feeling of having a goal to work towards to, that feeling of having a purpose, made life so much more meaningful. Getting top place in math wasn't what made me the happiest, but it was the times that I've spent chasing after what I thought was seemingly impossible. This is the very reason why I say dreams are meant to be huge. So huge that it scares you. It has to be. Dreams are meant to be huge and meant to be chased. I would say that to some degree, we should hope that we never achieve it. It sounds crazy, but the ideal is to have one day reach a point really close to your dream, but you don't get it. For example, a dream of being the world's very best marathon runner, but you're only at the national level. I'm not saying that we should hope to never achieve our dreams. I do want to achieve my dream of making videos that can change people's lives for the better, and do it as a living. But we have to be quick in pushing our dreams further before we can achieve it. If you are one day able to achieve your goal of becoming a famous singer in your country, you have to be quick in switching it up and say that your new dream is to be world famous. The reason for that is because because if you don't, you'll experience what I would call losing the meaning of life. I felt it multiple times in my life where I've achieved something that I thought was impossible. I didn't think about what my new aim and purpose is, so when I achieved it, I suddenly felt I've lost everything. I thought to myself, now that I've achieved my goal, now what? What's next? Is that all? I thought achieving my goal would feel so much more. In such times, I fall into a depressed state and felt like life has no meaning. What I'm trying to say is that if all we ever wanted was to be happy, whether we achieve that goal or not, doesn't really matter. It's the feeling and sense of purpose that's making us truly happy. The thought that you have something that you are chasing after. It'll be great if you achieve your dreams. I too want to achieve mine. But we have to be quick in giving ourselves a new dream to chase after once we are done. Going back on why I say many people will never be able to live to see their dreams come true, isn't because of the mindset that I've talked about, that we should always have a dream that seems so far away for us to chase. The thing is, people didn't even start chasing after their dreams because they think that it's too far away. Here's the thing that you have to remind yourself. It is meant to be huge and meant to be chased. Don't misunderstand that because your dream is too huge, thus it's not worthwhile to spend the time chasing after it. You're meant to chase after it because that's what's giving meaning to our lives. And that's the thing that can bring us true happiness. You have to chase it. You are meant to chase that fantasy. Because if we don't, the world would never have gotten to where it is now. Chasing our dreams is one thing, but sustaining it is another. Our dreams change over the years, and the reason could be as simple as a change in interest. But do you have that one dream that you used to have, that even till this day, you have looked back and wondered how things would be like if you had stuck to that same dream and continued to chase after it? As much as I have a dream of making videos to change people's lives for the better now, every now and then, I've also wondered, what if I've never given up at my dream of becoming a national marathon runner? What if I stayed on that path? Would I already have achieved my dream by now, considering that it was a dream that I had more than a decade ago? There's no point in looking back on what are the things that could be. I feel that it's just part of life. We give up certain things because life happens, and we are where we are today. If I've continued on that path of chasing after that dream of becoming a national marathon runner, I wouldn't have met the people I've met today and experienced the things that got me to where I am today that I cherished a lot. Well, as much as we accept that these things happen because that's just a part of life, I do have the answer as to why our dreams kept changing over the years, and with that, why our dreams will never come true. That reason is, our dreams have to provide some sort of value to others. We constantly say what we want: an astronaut, scientist, artist, singer. But what happens when our interest changes? Our dreams change. And here's the thing, in order for us to achieve what we set out to do, we have to invest time. The more time we put in, the higher the chance we can achieve it. Of course, it's not a guarantee, but it's a huge factor in giving you that edge over others. The experience that we gain are the edge that we need to achieve our dreams. If we let our dreams hang on something as simple as our interests, it will never last. But if we are able to couple that with how we can provide value to others, it makes our dreams much more meaningful and worthwhile to chase after. Becoming a national marathon runner simply because I love running wouldn't be enough to keep me going. I still love to run, but I no longer have that drive to chase after it because I found out that focusing on me too much didn't make me happy. When I realized that I could couple the things that I love, which is to create videos and provide value to others, my perspective and outlook on my purpose in life completely changed, and I became so driven that I never thought was possible. If you have a dream that you have always wanted to achieve, whether it's becoming a successful entrepreneur, a businessman, or a sportsman, find out how you can utilize your dream to value add to other people's lives. Earning lots of money as a businessman to travel the world can only get you so far, but if you are able to tie that dream to add value to other people's lives, such as creating products that can improve people's lives, you'll be able to find so much more meaning and purpose to what you're chasing. And maybe, just maybe, you'll be able to abolish that thought that dreams are always meant to remain as a fantasy.